So what is my point? Well, I can't get on the front line because and be a real revolutionary and fight against white supremacy every moment and every second and every day of my life is because I'm caught up in this participatory extortion. Okay. I have a lot of liabilities and a lot of bills that I have to pay. How the hell are you a revolutionary? In all due reality, you are not. The truth must be told. Tonight is the truth and nothing but the truth. In order to revolutionaries to go against a wicked system, to go against a bestial system, to go against white supremacy, not to accept it on this hand and be the willing victim of it on this hand, and then on the other hand say I'm fighting against it. That's because we have become too ideological. We suffer from idealism because the idealism tells us that idealistically we're revolutionaries because, we listen to King Noble. We like Kwame Ture. We like these revolutionary thinkers. We like the idea of revolution, and through our association and entertainment of revolutionary ideas, that makes us somehow feel as a revolutionary. Yet we're forgetting what a revolution is. Essentially, a revolutionary is going against the oppression and the subjugation and the extortion of yourself and your people. That's what it is, at essence, on the most simple level. And if you're accepting it, you're the opposite of a revolutionary. You're a lapdog for white supremacy. You are accepting it. I mean, it's just what it is. So you can't be, your idealism means absolutely nothing if you cannot fight against or stand against white supremacy on the smallest level, even within your own personal life. If your own personal life doesn't bear witness and is not a testimony against your resistance movement against white supremacy, then you are no revolutionary at all. Entertained by revolution. And due to your entertainment by revolutionaries, that's why you're so confused. And why the scam artists can get you, because they're very good at entertaining you and entertaining your whims and placating to your ego about you being a revolutionary by you somehow aspiring to their fake idealism. They're good with that. They know how to puppet that. But if you fight against oppression in your own personal life, if you wage your own resistance against white supremacy as how it affects you on a personal level, you will find yourself side by side by others that are doing that in real time. That there is a collective struggle against the oppressions that you fight as an individual, and all a revolutionary group is those who have unified their collective struggle against obvious oppressions, obvious subjugation. I mean, this is a fact. It's a unified collective effort against the oppression that is put on the black man from whoever and however that it is coming in this society. That's all it is at the bottom. It's not based upon the notions of intellectual and mental masturbation or this idea versus those ideas. That's purely the mental part of it. Whether I like this teacher, that teacher, this group, or that group, how I feel about what this was. That's the icing on the cake. The real aspect of revolution is how you stand against the common resistance, the common struggle, the common issues, the common real-time, day-to-day issues that are affecting every black man. What is your stance on that? And each and every one of them. What is your stance on freedom for the black man and for the black people in all of those unique areas where we are being prosecuted based on our race, where we are being taken advantage of, where we are being bullied? Where's your stance on that? And if your stance is that, well, I just accept that, I'm going to go along with that, but I'll support this idealism. Idealistically, I agree with you, but I have no resistance to the real common struggle of where the oppression really exists, where the bullying exists, where white supremacy really rears its head, is where you find yourself submitted in submission the most. That's deep. Now, don't get me wrong that it's some people that are truly say, hey, I'm truly about creating revolutionary change. I'm really truly about supporting something that's totally radical against this white man, his society, white supremacy, his institutions. I'm really for building up a black kingdom, for establishing a black power, black militancy, a black vanguard, a black army, a black whatever you want to call it. I'm really for that. And the only reason I'm going in the matrix is to support the real establishment of that, not paying for the entertainment of certain ideas, the consumeristic patronization of certain ideas. Not just for that, to actually support something real, the real resistance of something against white supremacy. That I'm going to go in the matrix and work to support that. That's being built, that I know is a real resistance movement. That I know is really manifesting a real sovereignty, real strength against white supremacy. I want to support that. So I'm going to use my position in the matrix and work in the matrix. I'm going to go in the matrix for that. Like Neo getting off the ship going into the matrix. I can see that. That's possible. More than likely that's not happening, but that's possible. Because if you were going in the matrix just for that, that would mean that you only less than 5%, less than 1% of what you earned would be going to the black militia, is what's going to the black revolution. Less than 1%. Less than 1% of your resources go to the black army, go to black nationalism. Less than 1% of your... So how could you be saying you're in the matrix to fight against white supremacy, to support a revolution, to build our own and establish our own, and less than 0.1% of your resources go to that? And the other 90 goes to you being a creature of comfort and its luxuries and these amenities, and I got to live like that, even though the Vietnamese live this way, the Iraqis live a certain way today in order to wage their revolution. They're living in the desert, in the caves, in any way that's necessary in order to raise their revolution. You are addicted to these particular amenities in order to have and without these amenities, you can't have your own revolution. You're a creature of comfort of white supremacy. And then, or you have consumeristic addictions, weed, marijuana, alcohol, going to the club, shoe fetish, video games, movies, whatever. You have your own addictions to the matrix. Or you're saying, I'm willingly accepting being extorted by white supremacy via child support, via whatever. Now, for others, this is a hard one. I can't come out of the matrix or whatever. I got family, that I'm taking care of. They're sick. I want to be there and support them in their sickness. And then you got to ask, with these family members you have, are you really supporting them in their sickness, or are you waiting with them until their death? You got family members don't want to change their diet. Believe everything the white doctors got to say, everything white supremacy got to say. They believe it. They're going to die holding the white man's Bible, with Jesus with them. Whatever the white man say, they're going to do it. Are you helping them in the matrix, or are you just waiting with them on their way out? Because trust me, everybody else is doing everything. There's a white nurse, there's a white doctor, there's some white pills in a white pill bottle in a white bag, and they still eating the white man's food, the white man's diet. Ain't nothing changed, and in some of the cases, ain't nothing going to change. You're just supporting them in the choice that they have made to ride white supremacy on their way out. So you're saying I cannot be on the front line of a revolution because I have to be next to the bedside of someone who is definitive on riding white supremacy on the way, riding white supremacy all the way on the way out. Hurt some people, because I know the type of challenges you're going up against with what I'm saying, but I told you tonight it's going to be the truth and nothing but the truth. Even with my own mother. I went to the Chinese doctors and said, look, I went to the doctor, she had an Asian, and she supported white supremacy to the end. I even shook the doctor out of white supremacy the way I came at him. He was like, well, there are herbs that she could take. Where's all this medication? I came at him so hard, he got off the white supremacy and started talking about herbs. But my mother believed in white supremacy so much that she rather, if he didn't give her the white supremacy prescription, she wasn't trying to hear nothing else. Even after I sat down with him and said, look, man, you from China, goddammit. You know goddamn better than what you prescribing here. You know better than this. You know there are herbs all over the damn world. And after challenging him, he said, yes, you're right. You are right. There are herbs. I'll write these herbs down for her. She can go. And this is what started getting me into herbalism. He started teaching me about the herbs after I challenged him with the little bit I knew. And I brought the herbs back home to my mother. And I said, look, these herbs you can be taking, Mom, versus taking all this bullshit. Now, I got these from your doctor. I sat down with him. She still was on that white supremacy. I even took the money and bought the herbs myself. What am I saying? She made a decision with her life that she's going to ride white supremacy out this boy. That's a decision she made. I embraced and accepted her decision and moved on and placed myself where I could be more effective in helping and assisting people that really want to be out from under this goddamn beast, that is really through with white supremacy. I want to make sure that my energy is going towards a struggle to end white supremacy. I'm not putting my energy towards the maintenance, the passive maintenance of white supremacy, the subtle acceptance of white supremacy. I'm not going to give the energy of my life to that. I'm going to make sure that my life energy is going towards the destruction of white supremacy and the establishment of black supremacy, black divinity, black empowerment. That's where my energy is going. So I had to humbly and peacefully, this is your life. You got to live it the way you want to live it to the fullest, but I gotta destroy this goddamn white man all the days of my goddamn life. And I had to move forward. It's a decision that I had to make. We all have to make these decisions. But I have to talk to you about the truth and nothing but the truth tonight. So we got a lot of reasons why we don't want to be 1,000% on the end of white supremacy. Some type of attachments, and some of our attachments deceive us to making us think that we are doing revolution. And we're really more so catering to white supremacy, and most of our time, energy, labor, and resources is going to white supremacy than it's going to the destruction of white supremacy and the establishment of a black kingdom, of black divinity, of black power. If we ask ourselves, that's what we see at the very end of our day. Some of us, you're making so little money, so little resources, you're being so extorted and so exploited by white supremacy. You're working like slaves in a third world country in America as a second-class citizen. You're basically being pimped, and you still don't want to let that shit go and fend for yourself. And come among a black nation, come among a black army, come among a black vanguard, a place for ourselves. To establish our own, to gain and earn the type of respect that we deserve, that all of our ancestors and teachers have spoke on. It's a certain type of respect that we deserve, and you know what I'm talking about. But in versus standing on that, you rather penny pinch and be a subjectee, and then in the end, find your famous black consciousness entertainer and give 0.1% of your income to help a revolution and think that it's actually going to happen. You give 0% of your labor, 0% of your labor and 0.1% of your income, and think that you are contributing to a real revolutionary change in society. You either one don't believe it can happen, or you're only entertaining it for entertainment purposes. You couldn't believe it's going to happen if that's the type of support that you give to it. So some of you really need to quit your jobs. Some of you need to quit your jobs because it's not worth anything. And you need to get on the front line of the revolution, and you need to go what's necessary. You need to become 100% devoted and be willing to die in the matrix. Be willing to kill your goddamn self. Be willing to accept death as an alternative to subjugation and extortion. Some of you gonna have to be willing. It'd be way more effective. You'd be way more effective. Some of you gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to man up and stand up. Bottom line.